Good morning, and thank you for taking just a few minutes out of your day to watch this video. I want to thank you first and foremost and offer my sincerest gratitude for you getting into the homes of our clients, being present with them on the daily to ensure that their well-being is taken care of. In fact, during these unfamiliar times, yours and our clients' well-being is of the utmost important. The sheltering in place directive and physical distancing has the potential of leading us all into a little bit more isolation. This is even more possible with our homebound clients. Remember, you may be the only person that this individual gets to see on a regular basis. So as human beings, we all have elements of well-being. We think physically, but it's so much more than that. It's our intellectual, it's our emotional, it's our physical, and it's our spiritual well-being that we want to take a look at. The intention of today's video is to provide you with some possible activities that you can do with your client to continue to engage them. But remember that any activity you try with your client must be suitable for their abilities and their limitations. And of course, if your shift time permits. The first thing I'd like you to consider is using our Lifespan Whole Person Biographical Questionnaire. This simple document has multiple questions that are going to help you get to know your client even better than you may already know them. In fact, some of the answers you get to these questions may help you develop some activities to work with your client on. So, as I mentioned, there are four components of well-being: our emotional, our physical, our intellectual, and our spiritual. For our emotional well-being, an activity you can try is simply being present with your client. Remember, as I mentioned, you may be the only contact they have with the outside world during these unfamiliar times. If they have access to a computer, a smartphone, and the internet, you can help them connect to family and friends via many online applications such as Zoom, or even social media like Facebook or Google Hangouts, or simply help them send an email to a loved one. If they don't have access to the technology or the internet, then how about writing a letter with them to a family member, to a friend, to somebody they may not have had contact with in a long time? Even just listening to their stories. These are older adults that have lived a grand life and have lots to share, and I bet you'll learn something about them just by listening to them. And also provide them an opportunity to express their feelings. They are in just as unfamiliar territory as we are and may have some concerns over that. Just be a listening board for them. That can help ease their emotional distress. So what do we look at when we look at intellectual well-being? Well, let's help them continue to engage their brain, right? Doing things like a jigsaw puzzle, a crossword puzzle, read a book together. And if they have internet access, how about taking them far away to an exotic land? Or perhaps going with them to the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, or watching a Broadway show. Many online websites are streaming live videos and free videos that you can access with your client to help them continue to engage their mind. And also, maybe take them to a virtual concert. I remember a client I was working with had advanced dementia, but one thing I knew about him is that he loved the Rolling Stones and the Beatles. So I took my iPad with me to my client's visit, and I put on a Rolling Stones video. He was captivated. He could not verbalize what he was feeling, but you could see by the expression on his face, it was absolutely bringing him a great amount of joy. And that's what this is about. It's about bringing joy to our clients, right? So let's look at our spiritual well-being. Spirituality is such a huge filing cabinet. It is not just our faith beliefs, but it could be environmental spirituality. For me, going to the ocean, that's my church. That's where I find my spiritual connection. Well, while we may not be able to take our client to the beach, you can certainly utilize technology to take them to any beach across this beautiful globe of ours. But perhaps they do have a real strong connection with their faith. Perhaps Catholicism, Judaism, Islam, whatever their beliefs may be, perhaps helping them connect with their spiritual leader. Or maybe see if their church is streaming online sermons. You may also want to introduce them, or perhaps reintroduce them, to meditation. This is a great way for us to become centered into the moment and remember that all that's important is right now. Another spiritual practice you could try with them is helping create a gratitude practice. This is something that has been helping me immensely during these times, because we cannot be in gratitude and be in lack of gratitude at the same time. Maybe make a jar, and if they're feeling stressed, or maybe you're feeling a little stressed, write a word that you're grateful for, throw that in the jar as a reminder. It's just something that helps us reconnect with that which is spiritual for us. And finally, we look at our physical well-being. Absolutely, some of our clients are limited on what they can do, but keeping them moving in whatever way that can be for them will definitely help their overall well-being. So encourage movement as tolerated. Perhaps walk them around in their residence. You don't have to go outside to do a lap. Or perhaps they have a garden or backyard. Getting them outside, weather permitting, would be a great way to add some physical movement into their lives. You can also explore seated exercise like chair yoga, chair tai chi. There are many low impact exercises available online to visit to do just sitting in your chair. But remember, ultimately the safety of your client is priority, so ensure that anything you do with them is within their abilities. For more activities, I hope you'll visit the websites that are listed in the video description. There are many that are there. One has a membership fee, but there are multiple free activities that you can use to try and engage your client. So ultimately, our well-being is so important during these challenging times. Your presence with your client, I just am sincerely grateful and honored that you are a part of our Lifespan team. Keep on doing the thing. You are our home care heroes. And if you have any questions about these activities or other ideas, or you want to share an activity that you've done with your client, please feel free to call me at the Lifespan office. Again, thank you so much for being a part of our agency and our clients' lives. Namaste.